From folklore and fairies
to monsters and mysteries, it came from the Maritimes. Hi everyone, welcome to It Came From The Maritimes. This is Evan, and today we will be doing a Maritime mini. Today's topic is the aggressive aquatics known as rogue waves. As a warning, today's episode, we discuss death. Have you heard of rogue waves, Chelsea?
No, I actually haven't, so I'm curious to learn more.
Yeah, so this isn't necessarily one particular thing so much as something that's related to seafaring, and it's probably when there's a story where a husband doesn't come home from sea, there's a good chance a rogue wave is involved. Rogue waves, also known as freak waves or killer waves, are large, unpredictable waves known to be much higher than the other waves in open water. These are not specific to Atlantic Canada, and you can find many stories from around the world. That being said, with the amount of stories of people being lost at sea, they tend to be relevant. They are often dangerous to ships and lighthouses, as well as any structure near or on the water. In oceanography, rogue waves are a wave whose height is more than 2 times the significant wave height, which is the top 1/3 of waves' heights. There is no single known cause, but it's believed to be usually due to high winds and strong currents working together, which merge and cause larger waves. They are also known to have nonlinear effects where the input is not necessarily proportional to the output and can be much larger than the input. These are distinct from tsunamis, which are caused by displacement of water by phenomena such as earthquakes. While there are a lot of scientific studies, these waves were once thought to be myths. Most of the evidence comes from sailor stories and boat damage until 1984, when a recording of an 11-foot wave was taken in relatively calm seas. In 1995, a measurement of a rogue wave was taken at the Dropner platform in the North Sea, where it was recorded a wave height of 25.6 meters, or 84 feet. That's a pretty big wave.
Yeah, that is one heck of a wave.
Like when you think about how big is an average house? Probably 25 feet?
Yeah, that's huge. Can you imagine?
Exactly. Now obviously waves that are that height can cause a lot of danger, and even more so when they arise unpredictably. Rogue waves are implicated in the sinking of many vessels, and that includes the Ocean Ranger, a mobile offshore drilling unit that was 267 kilometers from St. John's, Newfoundland. It was hit by a rogue wave, which caused a porthole to break. Another wave hit, and that was 20 meters tall, and allowed water to flood into the ballast control room. Over the next couple of hours, they tried to recover, but when it was last seen, it had a 15-degree tilt from upright. There was communication saying that they were heading for lifeboats, but no survivors were found. While it is believed that 56 of the 84 crew members were evacuated, the rough waters prevented any rescue and none were saved. There are now documentaries, plays, and books on the subject of the sinking of the Ocean Ranger. So that's kind of one of the stories of it being in Atlantic Canada there. So obviously a very sad story, but just shows how dangerous they can be, right?
Oh, it is. I find it interesting that they were thought to be myths back in the day until they could actually formally be recorded. But I guess what evidence would folks have had aside from stories?
Exactly, because it's those things where you just see in movies and everything else where it's just the seas are rocky, but then there's that one wave that's just massive and it comes crashing over. And that really, it's hard to find it as an exact cause of people being lost at sea because they're lost at sea, but there's so many of our stories that I feel like it's relevant to.
Absolutely. That was so interesting. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, anytime. I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us for this episode of It Came From The Maritimes. You can find us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at It Came From The Maritimes, on X at ICFT Maritimes, and if you have any Atlantic Canada folklore you would like to see covered in a future episode, or any spooky encounters of your own, email us at itcamefromthemaritimes@gmail.com. If you enjoy our podcast, please leave us a 5-star review. It helps people find us. Thanks for listening.
Bye.